The dense Pacific Northwest forest was unnaturally still that night. No crickets chirping, no owls hooting, just an oppressive silence that seemed to swallow sound itself. Russell Acord, the seasoned survivalist and star of Expedition Bigfoot, stood motionless in the moonless darkness, his military training the only thing keeping his breathing steady. Then the forest came alive with a sound that would haunt him forever, the unmistakable crunch of massive footsteps approaching through the underbrush. What happened next would challenge everything science knew about the natural world, and nearly cost Russell his life. The discovery that shook the team. Months before that fateful night, the Expedition Bigfoot crew made a discovery so bizarre it defied conventional explanation. Deep in the Oregon wilderness, Mara and Bryce stumbled upon a structure that looked like something out of a nightmare, a 15-foot-tall lattice of 200-pound logs woven together with impossible precision. "This wasn't some random pile of branches," Bryce later recounted, his voice still tinged with awe. "The way these logs were interlaced, it would take tremendous strength and intelligence to build this." Mara, ever the skeptical scientist, immediately began collecting DNA samples while Russell scanned the perimeter. What they found would send shockwaves through the scientific community. Strands of hair caught in the bark, footprints nearly 2 feet long pressed deep into the mud, and, most chilling of all, fresh breaks in nearby trees 8 feet off the ground. "Whatever made this," Russell noted grimly, "it's big, it's strong, and it's watching us right now." A lifetime obsession comes full circle. For Russell, this moment was the culmination of a lifelong obsession that began when he was just a boy, wide-eyed in front of the grainy Patterson-Gimlin footage. Now, decades later, he found himself standing in those same woods, face to face with the mystery that had consumed his life. But this was no longer about childhood fascination. This was about documenting the impossible. The team's investigation soon yielded staggering evidence. Thermal imaging of a massive, bipedal figure moving with uncanny grace. Audio recordings of vocalizations unlike any known animal. Castings of footprints with dermal ridges that matched no primate on record. DNA samples that returned baffling results. Primate, but not any species native to North America. The night everything changed. The team knew they needed irrefutable proof. Russell volunteered for what would become the most dangerous mission of his career, serving as live bait in the heart of Bigfoot territory. Armed with only a camera and his wits, he ventured alone into a clearing where activity had been concentrated. What happened next plays like a scene from a horror film. As the cameras rolled, the temperature suddenly dropped. The forest fell silent. Then came the smell, a nauseating mix of rotting meat and wet fur that made Russell's eyes water. His military training kicked in as he heard branches snapping just beyond the tree line. Something was circling him. Through his night vision goggles, Russell saw it, a hulking silhouette moving with deliberate, almost intelligent caution. Then, in a blur of motion, the creature charged. The last thing the crew heard over the radio before static drowned out Russell's transmission was his choked whisper, "It's right on top of me." The aftermath and ongoing mystery. When the team reached Russell, he was shaken but unharmed, physically, at least. The creature had vanished as suddenly as it appeared, leaving behind only massive footprints and a lingering stench. The footage they recovered showed only fleeting glimpses, a shadow here, a glowing eye there, but the audio contained something extraordinary. Deep, guttural vocalizations that linguists would later identify as having possible language-like patterns. In the years since that expedition, the evidence has only grown more compelling. New thermal footage from 2023 shows a family group moving through the woods. Groundbreaking DNA analysis suggests an unknown hominid species. Native American tribal leaders have come forward with corroborating stories passed down for generations. What makes Russell's encounters so significant isn't just the mountain of evidence, it's the paradigm-shifting implications. If even a fraction of their findings hold up to scrutiny, we may be looking at the most important zoological discovery of the century. As Russell puts it, we're not just hunting Bigfoot anymore. We're rewriting the book on what's possible. The scientific community remains divided, but one thing is certain. Russell Acord's expeditions have brought us closer than ever to solving one of humanity's greatest mysteries. And as technology advances, the day may soon come when the creature that stalked Russell in those dark woods steps out of legend and into the light of scientific recognition. In the shadowy world of cryptozoology, few names command as much respect as Russell Acord. As a core member of the Travel Channel's Expedition Bigfoot, this retired U.S. Army veteran brings a unique combination of military discipline, scientific rigor, and backwoods savvy to one of the world's most enduring mysteries. But Acord is more than just a reality TV personality. He's a real-life adventurer whose diverse career spans nuclear safety, authorship, and documentary filmmaking, all while pursuing what he calls the last great wilderness mystery. From Montana wilderness to military service. Born in Baltimore but raised in the rugged Bitterroot Mountains of Montana, Acord's fascination with the unknown began in childhood. Growing up surrounded by those vast forests, he recalls, you hear stories, from tribal elders, from hunters, from regular folks who've seen things that don't make sense. This early exposure to Bigfoot lore planted seeds that would later blossom into a lifelong pursuit. After graduating from Arlee High School, Acord enlisted in the U.S. Army, where he served for 22 years before being medically discharged. His military career was distinguished, earning a degree in safety and health management with a minor in civil engineering, and provided the survival skills that would prove invaluable in his later expeditions. The Army taught me how to observe, how to track, and most importantly, how to trust my instincts when something doesn't feel right, Acord explains. The scientist-adventurer emerges. Following his military retirement, Acord merged his technical training with his childhood fascination, embarking on what he calls the most important hunt of our time. Unlike many Bigfoot researchers, Acord approaches the subject with methodological precision. Published a Bigfoot research trilogy, 2012-2016, blending eyewitness accounts with scientific analysis. Produced documentary films employing thermal imaging and advanced audio analysis. Developed systematic approaches to collecting hair samples and footprint casts. Maintains a database of regional sightings correlated with ecological data. This rigorous approach caught the attention of Travel Channel producers, leading to his 2019 casting on Expedition Bigfoot. As the team's survival expert, Acord's military-honed skills have repeatedly proven crucial, from navigating treacherous terrain to interpreting subtle environmental clues that might indicate Sasquatch activity. Groundbreaking moments in the field. Some of Acord's most compelling findings include the Oregon structure incident, discovery of a 15-foot engineered log formation requiring estimated 800-pound lift capacity, thermal anomalies, multiple captures of bipedal, non-human heat signatures moving with purposeful gait, audio evidence, recordings of infrasound frequencies matching primate communication but at unusual decibel levels. The night encounter, a 2022 incident where Acord reported visual contact with a massive muscular silhouette that emitted a stench beyond any natural animal. Balancing skepticism and belief. What sets Acord apart in the often polarized world of cryptid research is his balanced perspective. I'm not here to prove Bigfoot exists, he clarifies. I'm here to document anomalies that science can't yet explain. This mindset has earned him rare credibility across communities, from academic researchers to Native American trackers. Nuclear safety engineer by weekday, monster hunter by weekend, Acord embodies a new generation of adventurer scientist. In my day job, I work with radiation levels most people will never see, he says. That's taught me that reality is often stranger than fiction. Why shouldn't there be species we haven't officially documented? Life beyond the legend. When not trekking through remote wilderness, the 59-year-old enjoys a surprisingly normal life with his wife and 2 children in Montana. An avid outdoorsman, he spends free time hunting, fishing, and riding motorcycles, though he admits, these days, I can't walk through the woods without analyzing every broken branch. With a net worth estimated at $3 million from his various ventures, Acord has turned childhood curiosity into a multifaceted career. Yet for all his success, he remains focused on the hunt. We're closer than ever, he says, of proving Bigfoot's existence. The evidence is mounting. It's just a matter of time before we get that irrefutable piece. As Expedition Bigfoot continues its investigations, Russell Acord stands as a bridge between myth and science, a trained observer chasing legends with the tools of modern research. Whether the creature is ever proven real or not, Acord's journey reminds us that mystery still exists, and that sometimes the most important discoveries begin with the courage to ask, what if?